Hey everyone, and welcome to the RWBY Episode 2 review, where I'll be talking about the second episode that debuted earlier today. So, in this episode, a little shorter than Episode 1, it more so revealed more of our characters. We got to see Wise and Blake. Wise is a snooty white-haired girl, and coldish, as most white-haired characters in anime. And she comes from a family that deals with dust, which is the big entity in the show. And then Blake is there as well to tell RWBY this, because RWBY gets into a little thing with Weiss, which, if you've seen the episode, you probably already know. I'm not going to alliterate too much on that. This is just an overview, more so. But yeah, we got to meet them, and we got to hear their voices. I'm pretty happy so far with that. And then we also met John Ark, played by Miles. Instantly knew that one. And he is currently the only male character that we have really met as far as the age attending the school. But yeah, I was a little worried when RWBY's voice appeared in the yellow trailer. But my fears have been pushed aside. I'm happy so far with the voice acting. I wasn't expecting to hear my voices from my other animes, which if you may know me, which you probably don't, you would know that I can almost instantly recognize a person's voice if I've heard them before, and even name their names. I even got a couple of Japanese voice actors as well memorized by heart. But yeah, I'm very happy with the voice acting direction so far. I also have some little bit of notes as to things. John, which his name resembles Joan of Arc. Now, as many of us speculated towards the beginning of the reveals with the trailers, we suspected that RWBY, Yang, Wise, and Blake would be sort of fairy tale-esque characters, and of the princesses. Obviously, RWBY is Red Riding Hood, Yang, Sleeping Beauty, Wise, Snow White, and Blake, by her last name, Belladonna, she would be Beauty from Beauty and the Beast. With John's name, which resembles Joan of Arc, there's probably going to be some themes as to names, like Joan of Arc, his little group that we see in the opening of the show is probably going to have some historical names, or spin-offs of those names. That is going to be very interesting, because I like shows that do that. And they definitely did their homework, because if you've seen the podcast, you would know that they've been watching anime during the process of making RWBY. They have done their homework. They added a chibi scene almost right off the bat. Yeah, you expect a chibi scene, because, well, chibis are chibis, and that's a popular thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Another thing, John mentions a war, which obviously means it's bad. And then my favorite line of RWBY this episode was, "It's also a gun." Yep, it's also a gun. And then unimportant characters will most likely be all silhouettes. That's pretty much a given. So, yeah. I'm sorry if this wasn't as great as the first one. I'm looking forward to Episode 3, see what else they introduce and what other topics will spill out of my mind. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.